All right, Rich, episode 43. What have we got on the docket tonight?
We got Awareness. We got Desperation Road. We got Sly. We got Naiad. We have, oh shit. We don't have to take shit. At least not yet. Sorry, my mind went blank.
Well, one movie, there's a lot of shit.
Retribution.
And Strays.
Yes, thank you.
My favorite movie of the year, Strays.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man, can't wait to talk about these movies. Let's get rolling. What's up, my friends? Thank you for joining us for the Faces for Radio podcast as we present By the Numbers, episode 43, where we take new releases, streaming, video, theater, whatever, and we let you know what we thought about them. I am your host, David, aka the 4K Lowdown, and my co-host is
Rich, aka TurnerFan77. How you doing, man?
I feel like I chased a fart through a knothole backwards, but other than that, I'm doing okay.
Well, I don't know how to respond to
that. And speaking of farts, Caveman is in the house.
What's up, Caveman?
What's up, guy? Thank you so much for joining us. I'm getting fat with all the cookies I'm eating. Smash the like button for these cool, crazy cats. Thanks, my brother.
What's up, Michael?
My best friend Mike is in the house. Stop eating cookies, eat cabbage instead. Oh boy, speaking of farts. And then my other brother Mike is in the house. What is up, my dudes? Dude, so yeah, we got another 6. We're trying to get get our movies done, and pretty soon we're going to go back to our 5.
Yeah.
I think the end of this month, the 29th, will be our first episode back to 5.
Yeah.
Miss Caveman is in the house. What is up, Miss Caveman? Mr. Caveman says, I am no longer like you. And Jay is in the house. Jay? What is up, Jay? And then who should jump in at the last second but Harrison? What's up, Harrison?
What's up, Harrison?
I really appreciate you guys being on. And speaking of being on, do you know where our show actually plays on after this, the audio version of this?
I think there's a thing called Spotify. It's what the young people call it.
Yeah. As the young people call it Spotify. We call it the audio place. We call it radio. That's what we call it. But basically, so Spotify for podcasting, they take the audio portion of this broadcast and they put it out on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcast for free, in addition to Spotify. So the more people that are following on Spotify, the better chance we have of actually making some money. They get us more sponsors and all that kind of stuff. But wherever you're at, whatever app you use for your podcasts, if you do us a favor and just follow us on Spotify, and then you can go wherever you want, watch our program or listen to our program, we would really appreciate that. And remember, before I forget, all films are subjective. So
and that's very important.
It's very important. And getting back to, because we got a really nice message from Grant, from Movie Buff Grant.
Mm-hmm.
He watched our podcast on the replay. Thank you so much, Grant, for coming back and watching us. He also he just laid in and said, negativity to my friends and people I like in this community is not tolerated. I don't care for that. So I want to say thank you to Grant for posting that. It meant a lot to us. I know Rich and myself, we were like, oh wow, that was such a great gesture. I appreciate it. But yeah, I haven't heard anything further, so knock on wood.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't mind if you disagree with our review. I'm totally cool with that. One way or the other, I like the debate.
Because you're engaging.
Yeah, you're engaging. We're discussing. Open discussions, love it. But if you're gonna say, oh, you're stupid because you like that movie, then I have a problem with that. So that's the kind of negativity I don't like and I will not tolerate on the channel. And I know Rich feels the same way. But you know, fortunately, that's been the only one that has really done it. Everybody else has been terrific in the comments, terrific in the chat. So I want to say, for the bottom of my heart, love you guys. I'm thankful.
We really do.
You guys joining us on the show. And I'm gonna wipe that away. Get back in there, Tier. But Reed is in the house. What is up, Reed? Spicy is in the building. Mike says just trying to help with an alternative to cookies. Cabbage was a horrible choice. Jay, we're doing okay. It's yeah. Everybody saying hey and hey and hey to everybody. Caveman, I miss Caveman. Yep. Back and forth. I love the camaraderie. You guys saying hey to each other. So awesome. Caveman, kudos to you guys. Thank you so much. Corey is in the house.
What's up, Corey?
And speaking of Corey, we're going to talk about this at the end of the show, but Corey is going to join us on next week's episode of By the Numbers. I am really looking forward to doing the live cast with him and getting his scores on the movies that we picked for next week. I was like, are you sure you want to do this one? I didn't want to get another Alex because we really just dragged Alex through the shitter. It was just, we dragged him through the dumpster, and it was just, it was kind of sad. But we had better movies with Nate, So hopefully, Corey, you at least like half of the movies that we.
I'll be happy to like one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure one's not going to be a good one, but I disagree with you guys 50% of the time, but always keep coming back. I like to hear other people.
Spicy.
I appreciate that, Spicy. I'll take the 50%. And since there's two of us, I'm going to say that it's 100% him and 0% me. So that's probably what it is. But no, I don't mind. We don't mind that it's disagreed. We talk about the movies. We let you know what we thought about it and if we recommend it or not. But if you guys don't like the movie, then that's fine. But we love to have you come back. And or if you say, you know what, none of your movies that you've liked, I've liked, then it doesn't pan out. Just join us for the conversation because we love talking to you guys in the chat as well. Damn, sounds like I missed some shit. Who am I choking out here? No, I think we took care of that. The choking's been done. But it was
it was unfortunate.
It was a sad thing. I was like, I can't believe I got that comment. Hey, dear, what's up, Holland? I was just gonna read it. I thought it was Caveman for a second, but it's not. As Cal referred him to as Oatmeal on Instagram. So I'm not gonna call you that, but Oatmeal keeps springing to mind now because that's what Cal called you, and I had no idea what that was about. You know what? This was a fun week. I liked it for the most part. For the most part, there was one that I knew was going to be a turd, and I'm going to use that directly, literally a turd or multiple turds. So
let's jump right into it.
Let's just jump right into it. So, because I know I want to get it out of the way, and I'm sure Rich wants to get it out of the way. So got to go over what we do. So we grab our group of movies. In this case, we have 6 movies. We watch them all, we score them, and then I take the average score and rank them from worst to first. And in this case, our 6th ranked movie, or the worst movie of the week that we watched, is Strays.
This shit was terrible.
And I'm not surprised by this. I was really surprised by your score because everybody knows, and I keep saying it, that I hate movies where animals talk.
No, I have to look.
bugs the hell out of me. I put that right up there with musicals.
Yeah.
But I scored this way higher than you. It's still,
I
still gave it a sucky score, but I've got to ask, because you're not at a 10 for the cast. So who did you recognize out of the cast?
I only recognize the voices of Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx. That's the only. Okay.
Yeah. I've watched all these this week, by the way. Yeah, Caveman told me.
Awesome.
He reiterated that yesterday. I watched all the movies. I'm like, all right. Oh, guy.
We appreciate it, Caveman.
But you're not going to be on the show this time. You're coming up later on this month. It was just like Homeward Bound. Not. Yeah. Oh, totally not.
No.
Strays is first. Oh yeah, Strays is first.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I watched this a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I did not like this movie, but I recognized the cast. I mean, you got Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, you got Isla Fisher, you got Rob Riggle, you got Dennis Quaid, who's in a cameo in the middle of this dang movie. You got Randall Park, who is in the MCU. He plays that FBI agent in Ant-Man. So Randall Park is in it. As far as the cast goes, I thought the cast was way better than it should have been. I gave the cast a 10 because I was like, dude, I recognize all these voices. Oh, and Will Forte, otherwise known as MacGruber, was of course in the movie, one of the only humans that are going around. But yeah, I thought the voice is the only thing, the saving grace for me in this particular case, is because I recognize the voices. Otherwise,
as soon as I recognized Will Ferrell, I was out.
I can't stand Will Ferrell, but basically he was his character from Elf in this.
Exactly.
Is how he behaved.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying
Will Ferrell is a one-trick pony.
Yeah, no, I did like Stranger Than Fiction. That's like my one hit for him.
I like Old School.
Yeah. Brian is in the house. What's up, Brian? Love it. You guys talking to each other. That's great. But yeah, I'm like,
even the mouth movements look shitty.
Oh yeah, no, the mouth movements were awful.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, Mike says Inner Space with Dennis Quaid was Dennis Quaid's best movie. Don't. Okay. So no, I did like Inner Space, but oddly enough, my favorite Dennis Quaid movie is The Rookie.
Yeah, me too.
I loved him in that movie.
I agree with that.
Not trying to get on. I was just excited. I know. I was just giving you shit, bro. Don't even worry about that.
I'm glad you watched them all, man.
I'm glad you watched all the movies.
We really appreciate it.
I'm interested to hear your thoughts on these too.
Mm-hmm.
Just excited there's no horror this week. So yeah, okay. I get it.
Well, Strays could count as horror because we had to fucking watch it.
Yeah, because it was scary up until the end. The best part was when the credits rolled at the end, and I was like, "Oh, yeah. Thank God!" But less animals were harmed than the making of Milo and Otis. Yeah.
How much did this make in the fucking theater?
Dave, I said, "Don't at me." I'm not at you, bro.
He's at you. Don't worry. He is, Michael.
I'm not at you. I'm not at you. I'm with you. It's totally fine.
What was
which is the piece of shit? It's the slash mark instead of the at symbol. I have no issues with Will Ferrell. Step Brothers made me laugh. All
film is subjective.
All films are subjective. I do not like his brand of humor. I do not like him as an actor. So yeah, I did not like Step Brothers at all. That would
I don't like that one dude either.
But I will say that with this movie, I actually found myself laugh out loud a couple times. But it was Randall Park's role as the big dog.
Oh,
that was my favorite part. With the cone and the the big giant Great Dane looking dude. You know, dick jokes aside, he was funny. I thought Randall Park was funny being the big dog, and you know, when they were all howling and he was like howling, howl, instead of everyone else is like
Yeah, I didn't think
actually
that was
howling.
funny.
I thought that was funny. That cracked me up.
Televised.
I was like, that was the best part for me. But I am not a fan of drug use, and there's drug use in this movie.
Yes.
Human and dog drug use. I do not like animals that talk. So strike 2. I do not like Will Forte. Strike 3, you're out. I barely got through this movie. But like I said, aside from the cast, not really that cool. So it had a $46 million budget and it made 35.4 million in the box office.
Ooh.
So it did not make its money back. And guys, if you want to watch it, it is on Peacock. No pun intended. It's on Peacock. And you know, just gonna say, you know, just remember the 3 rules for being a stray, and don't pee on me.
Yeah.
So
Okay, no, you wouldn't have watched this if I didn't put it on the list.
no, I would not. I would not have touched this with a 10-foot cattle prod.
And Jay, I don't think he would watch Pineapple Express either.
I have seen Pineapple Express. I hated the first half, but once they got into the action, I thought that was okay. But too much drug. I mean, like, you know,
it was James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, and I'm not a Seth Rogen fan.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I didn't hate Pineapple Express, but I'm just going to tell you, I have almost 7,500 movies, and I do not own Pineapple Express.
You don't own that Nice Looking Steelbook?
No.
I like that Steelbook. Yeah, I can see why I
bought the Zoolander Steelbook, and I didn't touch Pineapple Express. So, yeah. But as I, you know, for what it was, I thought it was okay. But yeah, the first half of the movie, I wanted to shut it off. And then, but yeah, once the action got, you know, got big, then I was like, okay, I can watch this part. So let's say we go to our final scores, or we can just do the highlights. Let's do the highlights. So yeah, 10 for cast. That's it for me. My other highest score, I gave a 7 to the music because I did like the music in it. And a 1 for the plot because I was like,
I think that's what I gave it too.
Yeah, you gave it a 1 as well. No. It was like, there's no way I want to watch this. Bro, you don't have anything higher than a 5, and that's with the story.
Right.
And I actually gave the story a 4. But because I actually did laugh out loud, I gave the wild card as a comedy, I gave it a 6. If I didn't laugh, it probably would have been a 2.
I don't remember what I gave it.
You gave it a 3. Yeah, you gave it a 3. You gave it a 3 as a comedy. I did stray off while watching Strays. Fell asleep twice before watching it all the way, and I wonder when I'll get that time back, or if it is a cure for insomnia. Maybe. But you know, I got work done around the house. I watered the plants.
Took the dog out. No pun intended.
Took the dog out. You know, took the dog potty. Took him on a leash.
Went to town.
Yeah. Well, I was like, oh shit, it's still on. Fine. I'm not missing anything. But yeah, let's go to our final scores and get rid of this one. So IMDb is giving this a 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 54%, audience score 69%. Rich, you gave it a 35. I gave it a 51 for a total average score of 43. And really that's cast. A lot of that is cast. It would have been like low to mid 40s if it wasn't for the cast. But yeah, I think one of the things that bugged me is that it wasn't all dog humor. I mean, if you're gonna do a dog comedy and you guys are gonna be talking dogs, all the humor needs to be dog related. You can't give me human humor, which I can tell because so the script must have been pretty light. There's a lot of ad libbing going on, and the ad libbing was like human jokes,
Yeah.
and
They weren't even funny.
talking about their hands. No, it's not funny. But richest score belongs in the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's a low score.
It's a low score. Is it his lowest score of the year?
No.
We will find out in December, but I don't think it is.
No, I think there's a movie coming up that's going to get lower than this.
Oh, probably. But I mean, have you done anything so far this year that ranks lower?
Maybe that
maybe
one shit pile, that Skimmerink.
Yeah, maybe Skinamarink or Elevator Game. It was like,
yeah, it's right there,
right there. Yeah, or Dick to Dick.
This is a pile of shit. Don't watch it. I don't recommend it.
Yeah,
it's a waste of time.
I would say if you're a fan of these guys, then it might be worth a watch. But yeah, I'm not going to recommend it either because it just I hated it from the jump. So I mean, my expectations were so low that I was like, hey, it was better than I thought it would be, but it was still really, really bad, and I can't recommend it either.
Yeah.
So
you'll probably buy the Steelbook, won't you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna touch this thing. Because it's already out in physical, right?
Yeah, it's already out. I think it's been out for a couple weeks.
It's been out for a couple weeks. I haven't even gone near it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go to our number 5 movie. And what do you think it is, bro?
I am going. Let me look at the list. I'm gonna go Retribution because that was a pile of shit too.
Yep, Retribution is number 5. It's a movie that I won't revisit myself. Speaking of physical, how about the Clerks box set?
Right. I liked it.
Yeah, it'll be in the dollar bin at Walmart on Black Friday. Yeah, damn right it will be.
Yeah. Not the Clerks box set, but Retribution.
No, the
Strays.
Yeah, the Strays. It'll have that blue sticker on it. You can get it for like $3.95 or something. But I actually kind of enjoyed this, but I am so bored with these Liam Neeson cookie cutter movies that I would just love to see him do something else, but I know he's typecast now after Taken, and that's pretty much all he does.
He stays in his lane, and too bad that lane's fucking bumpy.
That lane makes money, so yeah, I can't fault him for that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring it up here in case you don't know it. So I actually watched this in the theater on a Mystery Movie Monday.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you only paid $5 for it, right?
I only paid $5, and my ticket was free. I just had to pay for my wife. So
yeah.
And then I can get popcorn and drink combo for $7. So it turned out to be okay. But it was, like I said, it was okay in the theater. It was. But I'm just so done.
It felt like I've seen this before.
You have, because they're all the same fucking movie. It's all the same.
And you could see the bad guy coming a mile away.
Oh yeah, it was like you could drive a truck through that, and you're like, oh. As soon as it kind of started, I was like, dude, I know who the bad guy is.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? Try harder.
Yeah, give me a better script, you guys. I mean, come on. I understand this. This reminds me of the Van Damme movies that came out later in his career, when basically they had a $4 million budget and they paid Van Damme $3.5 million, and the rest went to actually producing the movie. That's what this feels like, where it's just, it's Liam Neeson, and you're like, okay. And then you get, oh, and we have these other guys. So I didn't get a budget on it, but it made 17.6 million in the box office. It stars Liam Neeson, Noma Dumezweni. That's the way to pronounce it. Matthew Modine, Beth David. Yeah, so basically it's Liam Neeson and Matthew Modine. Those are the two. I don't want to say heavy hitters, but that's the big cast. But yeah, I'm just
I wanted the kids to get blown up too because they annoyed me.
I wanted to, I wanted everybody to blow up. I wanted the cop to blow. I wanted it to just blow up with the cops around him. But like I said, some of the I did like some of the special effects. I liked the explosions. I liked some of the stuff. But yeah, it was written like in big neon signs. Here's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Pointing arrows to him.
Yeah. Well, I almost spoiled it.
Yeah.
I spoiled it, but I almost
don't spoil. Not that you guys should actually watch this. I don't recommend this movie at all. Because I mean, even my wife, who likes Liam Neeson, is like, "Yeah, we don't have to get that, right?" I'm like, "No, we don't have to get that."
So wait a minute. So when you're at the theater, she asks you before you even leave the fucking theater, like, "You're gonna buy this, ain't you?"
No, we're in the car on the way home, and she's like, "Don't buy this. Don't buy this when it comes out. We're good." And
that's awesome.
But we went to see the Last Voyage of the Demeter,
right?
And she's like, "I want to see that again, so buy that when it comes out." She actually told me to get it.
There you go. That's all you need.
So, and my wife is very particular about her taste, and she will tell me if she didn't like a movie or if she did. For example, our last Mystery Movie Monday, which if you guys haven't seen it, I have the review on the 4K Lowdown channel. But it was Next Goal Wins, the Taika Waititi movie with the soccer team in American Samoa, and yeah, she did not like that. Did it look like he wanted to be in the movie? You can't tell. The dude's plastic.
It's the same look.
It's the same look. I couldn't tell if he was constipated or horny or what. It didn't. There's no expression, even with the kids. He obviously has an issue with the kids, and there's stuff going on with work. And,
even when they comes to that moment with the son, it was not believable.
No, it wasn't believable. I didn't believe the son. I didn't believe the son, or they didn't. It was like they were just two people in a car, like it was an Uber. It wasn't. So the synopsis reads: a bank executive receives a bomb threat while driving his children to school that the car will explode if they stop and get out. So basically, it's speed only at 30 miles an hour. The director's first name, and I probably am pronouncing it wrong, but it looks like his first name is Nimrod. So, Retribution was the handicap version of Taken, with no one getting out of the car. Right? There was Neo. I don't know. This was a sneaker. I mean, there were things that I liked about it. I thought the action was good.
I like the credits.
When it was ending, the credits were great. So, but yeah, I do like. Yeah, that's the best acting that you got out of the kids. Yeah. Okay, look surprised. And then, but I did like the explosions. I like the practical effects in this. Look surprised. But yeah, I can't recommend this. I can't
at all.
I gave it a halfway decent score
because I think Netflix.
Yeah, I think it'll be straight to Netflix. If you get it for free, then I'll
don't spend over $1 on it.
Don't spend any money on it if you don't have to. Yeah. But and then they turn around, and one of the best ones that he did was the one with Lawrence Fishburne, not Cold Pursuit. I did like Cold Pursuit.
That wasn't too bad.
But there was one like Ice Road or something like that where he's driving the truck and he's on the ice road with Lawrence Fishburne and shit's going down. That one I liked. I think it's Ice Road.
I don't think I've seen that one. I've seen Cold Pursuit. That's where he's the plow truck driver, right?
Yeah, the ice road. Yeah, in Cold Pursuit, yeah, he's a snowplow driver.
Yeah.
But in the Ice Road, he's a truck driver that kind of lost his license or something. And was there a naked person behind them? I don't know. There was something. I think they saw a car explode. Look surprised.
No, I think that's where the biker on the that's the scene where the bike's chasing him.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think it is. And that was stupid too with the reveal.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
No, yeah, why bring that up? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I know they were trying too hard. K-Man says Ice Road is a cool steelbook. Nice.
Never seen it.
But yeah, I liked Ice Road. That's like one of the best Liam Neeson movies, and that's saying one of the best ones ever.
Like Commuter. I just watched that not too long ago.
I like Commuter.
Yeah.
Commuter was all right. Give me no.
No.
It was a twist that you saw coming.
Yeah. Within the first 10 minutes of the film.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I had that peg from the jump. And you know, and they try to misdirect you in the middle of the movie, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a twist, but it was obvious, at least to me. So I did call this a thriller, and I did give points to it because at least there is a twist. But yeah, it's like they wrote this in glow in the dark pen, and so you can see the script as it's playing. You're like, okay, I know exactly what's happening. My favorite dumb action movie was Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen, Monica Bellucci, and Paul Giamatti. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. I liked Shoot 'Em Up. Shoot 'Em Up is good. And what's up, Del?
What's up, Del?
Good to see you, my friend. All right, so let's talk about our highlights for Retribution. Okay, and going to the final scores now.
I had a 6 and something.
You had a 6 for the cinematography and a 6 for the wild card. I
only gave it a 6 for the cinematography because it would have been a 5, but I like the train scene. I like how they used that. That was pretty fucking cool.
No, I did like that too. I gave 8s to the ending and the cinematography because I really liked the practical effects, the explosions and the train scene and all that. So I gave extra points to that. I gave a 7 to the plot because I was interested in the movie. When I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, it might be something a little bit different, but it turns out it wasn't.
No.
And 7 to the wild card. But there's a reason why this thing is like highlights, credit rolled. Yeah, I cheered when it was over. It's like, yay! Now we can go have dinner. But yeah, everybody's saying hey to Del. The Nut Job 2, Nutty by Nature was his best work ever. No. I mean, the original Taken, I liked it a lot. But he's too old now. He shouldn't be doing these types of movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he should be like the old master that teaches the young guy how to like save his wife.
Yeah.
But let's go to our final scores on Retribution, coming in 5th this week, and only because Strays was a complete waste of time.
I apologize for that, Dave. I really am.
No, it's okay. We got it out of the way. I skipped this one. Liam Neeson has been making the same movie over and over. Yeah. That's what we were talking about. This is the same cookie cutter Liam Neeson garbage that he's been doing for the last 20 years. And has
it been that long?
I'm pretty sure. I got to look up the year of Taken. It was
Oh wow, 50 minutes.
Wait,
That's still
sorry,
cool.
2008. So what? 15 years.
Yeah, that's still a long time.
Yeah, that was close. But yeah, this thing, it's not worth going and chasing down. I would say skip it. But if you get it for free on Netflix and you're like okay with
Yeah.
his style, which is every single movie that he does, it's like, oh no, this time there's explosions instead of gun.
And he doesn't touch a gun at all. Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does
Yeah,
touch a
because
gun.
he's at in the train scene. Yeah.
Yeah. And and then you got in Cold Pursuit, he's actually in the snow. And so we're going to introduce a new element. There's two streams instead of one. Um, and what's up, Sarah? Sarah's in the house. Good
How
to
you
see you.
doing, Sarah?
All right, let's go to our final scores on Retribution, coming in fifth. IMDb is giving this a 5.6. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 29%. Audience score 66%. Rich, you gave it a 46. I gave it a 66 for an average score of 56.
Yeah. I just don't get it. I don't. You would think as an actor, at some point, you want to do something different.
Yeah.
Or am I just trying to give people too much credit?
Nice. It's Cold Pursuit. It was cold. Go figure. Right?
Yeah.
Ice road. Guess what? They're driving on a road made of ice. Woo! But I still liked Ice Road because I thought that was kind of a mixture of Black Dog, which was with Patrick Swayze, that I liked a lot. So shit's going down. He's got to drive up the ice road to Alaska or whatever before the ice road melts, and then it's just water. So he's got to like hoof it, like go really fast because they kind of missed their window, and shit starts happening. So there was some good stuff in Ice Road. I liked it. At this point, he is just cashing checks and padding his retirement fund.
I don't know.
Paying off his plastic surgery, I think.
He does look very plasticky there, don't he?
He does. Yeah, Liam Neeson best movie was Schindler's List. That was what, a lifetime ago. Yeah. I have Cold Pursuit, Physical. Yeah. I kind of enjoyed Cold Pursuit. So if I'm gonna pick, I liked The Gray.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That is a good one.
For my favorite, which is also in the snow, but don't at me, as Mike would say.
Michael.
But yeah, I like that one with the wolves, and that was a tense thriller. I really enjoyed that.
I forgot all about that one.
But yeah, for this one, I'd say just shit can it and move on.
Yeah.
Unless you're desperate for a movie and you can get at it for free, then maybe go for it. All right. So we are down to number 4.
Look at the movies real quick.
Yeah.
I am going to go Awareness.
Nope.
Ooh.
So our number 4 movie is Desperation Road. This stars Garrett Hedlund, Mel Gibson. What is that guy? Ryan Hurst is the brother, and I thought Ryan Hurst did the best acting in this movie. He was really good.
Yeah. That baseball park scene.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
That was powerful.
Cringeworthy because it was sad.
Yeah.
But it was so good.
Yeah. Brian says, I forgot about The Gray.
Yeah, I did too.
If you're desperate for a movie, find something else. Yep.
Yeah.
Mason was great in Next of Kin, except for his bad Kentucky accent. Oh yeah, dude cannot do a Southern draw to save his life. He was not very good. But yeah, so
I liked this movie.
I liked this. This was good.
Better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be kind of cheesy and crappy because it was just straight to digital. Gonna bring up the thing. I don't think there were any box office numbers unless it was released in Russia, because they seem to get every movie
or
that we have.
Australia. But the only problem the two problems I had, I kind of talked to you last night about Stay Here, is how the end was all kind of rushed. It was all this great buildup, but then at the end, they kind of rushed it to get to where they got to. And then the beginning, I had an issue with, because it was never really touched on again with the cop and what his friends were doing. It was just like, oh, it was just an afterthought.
Yeah, it was just okay. So I have a worldwide box office number of $39,000, but I can't tell you where it was released. Or can I? Nope, Russia. International release. I called it. So, and I think the big problem with that was that this movie is already close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
If they would have ended this the way we would have liked, it would have been probably 2 hours and 15, 2.5 hours, something around there. And yeah, I would have scored Desperation Road higher, but I had some issues with it. But I thought the movie was good. I enjoyed it. And I will tell you, this is like leaps and bounds higher than the first two movies we did. So it's only that the other movies got a higher score. And in fact, the one that's higher than this one, the next one, number 3, is only like a half a point off.
Oh,
so wow. As far as the average score goes. But originally I was like, okay, why? And we talked about this, like you said, before the show. And I was like, why do you have two completely different stories?
Yeah. That boggled my mind.
I was like, what? Why are you doing this? Because, you got I'm gonna read the synopsis to you guys. It says, a Southern noir thriller set in a tough, rough and tumble Mississippi town where a woman and her young daughter are caught in the crossfire when whiskey, guns, and the desire for revenge violently intersect.
Yeah.
And so basically, Garrett Hedlund just gets out of prison, and
he's a good actor,
and he's pretty good. And basically he's like, oh, and of course he gets crap beat out of him. Welcome home.
And you don't quite understand why right away.
I don't quite get it. It's like, okay, were they in a gang together? And so I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And you don't actually get an answer to that until later in the movie. And then it's all about the woman and her daughter and how they're just trying to survive.
Yeah. Because something horrible happens to her.
Something horrible happens.
And she has to do something. And you don't blame her at all. You feel for her. That's what this movie does. It makes you care for these characters.
Yeah. And that was the thing. I even cared for Ryan Hurst.
Yeah.
Who was the guy who beat the crap out of Garrett Hedlund. I felt for him. I felt for his son, his wife, those guys, Mel Gibson and his wife that he grabbed in Mexico on his way up. The sheriff, the guy who was the sheriff who was trying to investigate what happened.
Friend. Yeah.
It was his friend, and he was like, I don't want to have to do this. I can't. And he's like, dude, I need you to not be a cop right now. I need you to be my friend and let me tell you what's going on.
But Ryan Hurst's character, I mean, back to him, he just, the feeling you have for him is that he made a bad decision. Okay. Or his brother too factors into that. But he chose to do what he did. And he just wants to love his son, but he doesn't know how because he's got the alcohol problem.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie. I have seen that happen. We all have probably seen something similar like that happen in real life.
I'm dealing with that with my daughter's ex.
Oh, that is true. Oh, I'm going to kill this fucking cat. He's behind my TV. I swear to God. This fucking cat.
I know you. Yeah, my daughter's like, don't talk about that. But
yeah,
no. So that part kind of hits home. But once there's a lot of character development in here.
Yeah.
but it makes it so you actually feel for them as shit's going down on all sides. I felt for all the characters. I saw that their troubles, their demons that they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the two stories meet
You're like,
and
oh shit.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it was really, and one of my favorite things, actually, there was a couple of like really good lines from Mel Gibson in this movie, which I really liked the script here.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing is, when Garrett Hedlund, when the main lead confesses to the girl,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing he says is, "I don't want you to look at me while I tell you this."
Yeah.
Because he figured it out, and he's like, I've got to tell her. He goes, "But you can't look at me. Don't look at me while I talk to you." And I was like, wow. I'm like, wow, he was really like looking out for her feelings. And then when he said this, I was like, no. I
Yeah.
was like, oh crap. And then her face changes.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, why would I feel that way? And then she's like, oh, you fucker. And it was
Right.
but it was just such a great, just a great little monologue that he did, where he was just kind of, here's what happened, and I'm sorry. But yeah, I really wish I'd remember there's one quote that Mel Gibson made in the movie that really stuck.
His line we talked about yesterday too. His screen times. I wanted more Mel Gibson, but he makes the most of his screen time.
Yeah.
And it's not cheesy. It's not over the top. It's done perfectly.
Yeah. Just the way, the way he's doing it, the way he did the movie was like he's really like a major subordinate character, just like,
Mm-hmm.
as Garrett Hedlund's dad in the movie. But when he is in the scene, he is so profound, and you're like, okay, I know this guy is, he's the real deal. I'm protecting my family. And then once he figured out what was going on, he's like, are you sure you want her here? Are you sure you want to do this? I got your back if you want to. And then, yeah, I dug it, bro. I really did. I liked it a lot. I think the only thing it lacked was a budget.
But I don't think it needed one.
I don't think it needed one, but yeah, I would have liked a better ending. I wanted but yeah, I wanted the ending, but yeah, I don't think they were like, no, it has to be under 2 hours. So they just like, okay, they did all this character development and all this to lead to this point, and then they rushed the ending.
Yeah.
That would be my only real big negative was how they did the end.
And again, this girl, the female in this, she's from Jack Reacher, and she does a fantastic job in here. You believe she's on the down and outs too.
Yeah, you could see that, she's desperate, and she's just trying to take care of her daughter. And
I hope this gets a physical release, because I think for the right price, I would add this to the collection.
I'd buy it. Yeah, I'd buy it.
Yeah, but you buy everything, Barbie.
I do, but I'd buy it. It's not saying a lot, but I'd buy it. I wouldn't buy Strays. I wouldn't buy Retribution. I'd buy this.
That's true. That is true. You have standards.
So, yeah, I have standards. Not much. I'm very cheap and easy, but
yeah,
I'll put out if you buy me dinner.
Guys, definitely check this out. You can rent it for $6 on Vudu, Amazon, iTunes, anywhere is VOD. Definitely check this out.
And I would say
really
probably another month or two, and you'll probably see it on a streaming service. I wonder if there is going to be a physical release. I don't know if I can.
I hope so. While he's doing that,
it says November 14th.
Oh, it's already out?
Desperation Road DVD and Blu-ray. It's next week.
Oh, I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
Speaking of physical releases, before we get to the numbers, have you guys got any Black Friday deals yet? I was going to try to kill time, but you got done super quick. Put in the comments, man, what you guys have, if you got anything Walmart did an early release, and Best Buy had some stuff.
Yep.
So drop in the comments, see what you guys got.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta say this girl right here.
She was great in that one scene.
She only had that one scene.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I would have loved more of her in the movie.
Mm-hmm. I hope,
but all her part was just to kind of give character development to Garrett Hedlund as to what he was or who he was before he went to jail. But yeah, she was amazing. Just that small part, she did a great job,
and it was emotional the way she, yeah. I liked her. Yeah, guys, go rent this movie or wait till Tuesday and buy it.
Yeah, I'm getting it. If it actually comes out on the 14th, like it says, I'll definitely get it. All right, so let's go to some of our highlights. And Rich, you actually gave 8s to the cast, acting, story, script. I gave 8s to the acting, script, and I think that's it. But then I gave 7s to cast, ending, story, direction, and then you gave 7s to plot, ending, direction, and wild card. So we're right there.
Yeah.
With our scores. So final score. Before I do that. So yeah. Bill says he might be skipping out on Black Friday this year.
Well, I don't say it over and over. I don't buy new movies anymore. I wait till they go on sale, and like the last couple of days, man, I was able to get some good movies. So I won't say good movies because they're Black Friday movies. Movies I would still want in my collection for cheap.
Yeah, made you want to know about her and her relationship story. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would want to know at what point Ryan Hurst's character unraveled. I mean, I kind of get an idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
Set him off the deep end, but I wonder if there was something else going on before that with his alcoholism and addiction issues and things like that. So
addiction's a bitch. I feel for anybody that has to go through that. I mean, I can't imagine, if you don't have the support, and you're going it alone. I feel for anybody. And if you guys out there have an addiction that you're hiding or whatever, get the help you need, man.
Yeah. I'm not going too crazy, but hard passing on some of these 9.99 4Ks.
See, I didn't. Like some of these $4.99 or these $9.99 4Ks. I wanted them, but I didn't want to pay $29.99 or $35.99 for some of them. It's just, to me now, it's too much. But $9.99, I'll pull the trigger on.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's out there, but yeah, we'll see. But chances are, I probably already bought them.
You probably already bought. I guarantee you, the movies I bought, you already have. All the movies I bought,
aside from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one other one for sure. I have Christmas Vacation.
Oh, spoiler alert, probably.
Spoiler alert, yes.
Yeah. I bought 12 or no, wait, 4 times. There's 12 movies.
Yeah. I think there was one more. But spoiler alert, I probably won't get. But I liked it.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I thought Jim Parsons did a really, really good job.
He did. He just, no, it was a good movie. It was a one-time watch for me. I don't think.
And it was a by the numbers review too.
Yeah, we reviewed it. All right, so let's go to our final scores on Desperation Road, coming in. Unfortunately, 4th, but not because we didn't like it.
Yeah.
Just because the other movies just happened to score a little bit higher. IMDb is giving this a 5.7. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 69%, audience score 87%. Rich, you gave it a 70. I gave it a 67 for a total average score of 68.5.
That's a good score. Sometimes it's hard just because there's so much VOD movies that come out a week, and sometimes it's hard to find the right one to put in the show, because we could get Kid versus Aliens, we could get Zombie Town, we could get
I hear you, Del.
understand that. What'd you get, though? Hopefully some cool shit. I noticed Walmart had a bunch of the DC animated movies for like $9.99, 4Ks, and $11.99.
Oh, cool.
So if you're a fan of those.
Yeah, easy to do. Yeah, I've totally blown my budget, my movie budget every month.
I've heard you blowing a lot of other things too.
Yeah, I don't blow everything. But money, definitely.
Yeah, me too.
Which is why my wife takes care of all my finances. She's the one that goes, okay, here's how much you have to spend. Don't go over.
And wait, before we go, happy birthday to your wife.
Thank you,
she had
brother.
a birthday this week, right? It was this weekend.
It was Monday. Monday was her birthday.
So happy birthday to her.
Yep. So yeah, I'm not allowed to say her age anymore. I paid the price.
Do that because you'll get punched in the dick.
I did get punched in the dick. It was very unpleasant. And I'm like, come on, everybody needs to know how old you are because you look so young for your age.
She does. She really does.
It's absolutely a compliment. She looks younger than me, and she's 7 years older than I am, which just said her age. If you guys know how old I am, I'm not going to say the number. Just saying, she's older than me, and she looks way younger than me. So, she's got that Asian blood, or vampire or something. I don't know what she does, but the only thing I do know is that she colors her hair.
You're not supposed to say that, dude.
No, I don't care. That's the one thing that pisses me off, because I'm like, if you didn't color your hair, you would at least look a little bit older, just a little bit.
Somebody's getting yelled at after the show, guys.
Oh no, I've no. When I posted the happy birthday on Facebook, she walked up to me and she goes, "You're dead," and then she walked away. I was like,
that was a good pick, though. It was a great pick.
It was a great pick. She's smiling. She's with her family.
She looks happy. She's with family.
Yeah. She's a beautiful 40-year-old. Yeah.
She's very beautiful. You're lucky, bro.
I'm totally lucky. I am totally out weight. She's totally out my weight class. But all right, so let's go to number 3. And I thought that this movie and our number 3 movie were close together. Not exactly true. Our third movie and second movie are within a half a point apart. But our number 3 movie this week is Sly.
I enjoyed this. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoyed it. I love Sylvester Stallone, but I wanted more. There was something missing from this that I think should have been in here.
No. Now, I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I agree that it's not as in depth as it should have been.
We knew 85% of most of this stuff.
Yeah, I knew most of the stuff, but I did like hearing it from his voice. I did like the stuff about his dad.
That's what really intrigued me.
Yeah.
And his childhood. I wanted more of his childhood. I wanted more of his relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
And I wish we would have seen, I know it's TMZ shit, but like his divorce, the struggles of real life, being married and having to deal with the stardom.
Oh, okay.
No, I need to hit Big Lots though. I keep telling myself I'm going to, and I never do.
I hit Big Lots. It's not. I don't see a whole lot, but usually I get some good TV series Like
Yeah,
they'll
they
have like
always have good TV stuff there.
yeah, they'll have like the first 4 seasons of Mission Impossible, which I grabbed, and the original series, which
Mhm.
was um the ending of Sly was just ad for his daughter's show. Also, it was confusing if it was about him or was about the movies. It didn't have great balance. This needed to be a two-parter.
I remember you saying that, Dell. Or
Yeah,
Evan. I mean, we
that's it.
talked about this. Yeah,
I
I
got
meant
2 movies from Big Lots yesterday. Yeah, I do. But yeah, Big Lots will actually spit out some good stuff for
Mhm.
Black Friday. So if you get a chance, definitely check those out. Because I mean, yeah, like I said, I got the first 4 seasons of Mission Impossible for $15.
That's
So
good.
that's not bad at all. But yeah, I like this. The ending fell flat,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was basically talking about him and how he has to write his own parts and cast himself.
Hmm.
Uh, one of the things I did like, and wasn't this was another thing that I didn't know. I mean, I knew that he was having trouble getting roles, but when he actually wrote Rocky and gave it to the movie company, they tried to pay Sylvester Stallone to not be in the movie.
Oh, see, I must have missed that part. I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
this was in the documentary. They tried
I
to
must have
pay.
missed that.
They paid him $265,000 so he wouldn't play Rocky. But he's like, no, this is my movie, bro. I'm gonna be Rocky. But that's how bad the movie companies, how much they didn't like him, and they didn't think he was castable.
And I like the Rambo thing about the veterans. I really dug that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I watched Sly just before hopping into the chat. Cool, but knew it was going to be a puff piece. That's
Yeah.
right on the head, Del. It is
Mhm.
a puff piece about Sylvester Stallone and how great he is,
Yeah.
despite how he was raised.
Yeah.
And
Like I said, I
basically,
wanted more of the TMZ stuff. I wanted more about the divorces, more about his family.
yeah, because he barely talked about his son.
Yeah. And I figured he would more because, with him passing and
Yeah. But it was barely, and it was really because his son was in Rocky 5. And then he was like, yeah, it was totally terrible thing. And then it shows like his
yeah.
birth and death, and that was it. And I was like, okay.
Maybe he just didn't feel comfortable talking about it, or I
No,
don't know.
he definitely feels the blame for that.
Yeah.
He believes it's his fault. And but girls are fine. But yeah, was it a public service announcement about him moving? That's what it seemed like. Like he was
Yeah.
just moving. He was moving back to the East Coast from California, and he was clearing out his house. So he was, talking about this. It was like he did the documentary so he could pay for the movers. I don't know if that's what
Yeah.
it was, but
Evan had a funny thing in our
Life
text
Force.
back and forth. Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go. You
after
just said
Arnold
it.
did this. Can we ask the big question? How many Rocky statues does one? Not right? There's so many Rocky statues, and not just there's like and then there's all this stuff, and then there's like so many busts of his head. There's
Yeah.
there's so many Rocky faces through the entire house. I'm like, okay, how vain could one person be?
Yeah.
And then it's like there was just a whole bunch of statues that look like the one that's at the museum, which is no longer at the top of the stairs. It's down off the bottom or something like that. But they all look like that. So it's like he did all those statues and probably asked them, hey, can you put this over here? And yeah, sure, we'll put this over here. I bet he bought all those statues. He had them all in.
Okay, what did you think of when they're talking about that polo, when they showed the polo? What the fuck did you think about what his dad did?
Oh, he's
It's fucking disgusting.
He's a fucking asshole. And
yeah.
not only when he was a kid, but he went and did something as an adult. And when they actually played polo and he brought his dad in and he paid for all this stuff.
And the Entertainment Tonight's there. I mean, everybody's watching.
Yeah.
And he this son of a bitch, hurts him.
I guess it is a well-known fact, but I've never heard of that. So, I mean, I knew he wasn't castable, so he wrote his own stuff, but I didn't know about studios that are trying to pay him not to act in his own movies. I didn't know that. So it may be widely known, but it wasn't
David known.
Narrowly known. This is a face who didn't know shit. But yeah, no, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. I liked how they talked about the franchises that he did and what he said about each of the franchises, what he said about his actors. I loved Talia Shire in there talking, and then Arnold was talking. Why is Quentin Tarantino in there? I have no idea.
I didn't understand that either.
I didn't understand that at all. But Quentin Tarantino has this huge part where he's talking about Sylvester Stallone. I'm like, I don't think he's directed or done any movies with Sylvester Stallone.
I'd rather see Mr. T, Hulk Hogan, somebody that had ties to.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Hulk Hogan interviewed.
Even Paulie, because Paulie was still alive when this was made.
Paulie was still alive, yeah. Burt Young, rest in peace. He did pass away recently, but he was still alive when they were filming this. I would have loved to hear from him because Burt Young, he was the only one that was actually a professional boxer in the past.
Yeah.
He went like 37-0 in boxing. He was a badass. But he boxed fat. He wanted to be overweight. He said it helped him.
Butterbean.
Yeah, his Butterbean. He did Flatbush before Rocky. Yes. That was the whole reason why he did Rocky, was because of Lords of Flatbush.
See, I didn't know that movie existed.
Yeah, no, I knew about that one. I didn't really care for Rocky's character in it, but of course Evan's going to correct me here. Tarantino was in it because he acts and directs. Okay. Sly was one of the first people to do all three on the regular. Yeah, okay. I get that, but it still didn't make any sense because Tarantino wasn't, I guess, indirectly related to what Sylvester Stallone did because he does the same thing. But I didn't catch the direct relation. Like if he would have, if Sylvester Stallone would have been in a movie that he directed, or if he'd have starred alongside him, it would have made sense. Arnold made sense. And they did talk about Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, which, Arnold still laughs about to this day. But yeah, I think, it's a puff piece.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I don't think there was any.
And what I found interesting is that he saved all those old tapes on cassette. I found that very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. And he used them. He had the tape player right there.
Yeah.
And he used them. No. I think in the beginning, Tarantino said his career wouldn't have been here without Sly. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Tarantino is in there so we can see another icon say how great Stallone was. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, put, I don't know. I would like to have him interview more people.
Yeah.
Instead of just hear Sly's words about himself.
Carl Weathers still alive?
Carl Weathers is still alive. He follows me on Twitter.
Oh, that's right. He was in Mandalorian. He should have been in there.
Yeah. Why wasn't he in there? It was, apparently he was the perfect fit for Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Originally we're going to have
Michael B. Jordan should have been in here.
Michael B. Jordan, because they did the Creed. There wasn't any talk of the Creed movies at all.
Even Ryan Coogler. I think Ryan Coogler should have been in there. But didn't Sly have a falling out?
It takes the thing seems so contrived. I hated that part. Yeah. The tapes. Yeah, I think the tapes were weird. Tarantino was lying. It was such a rush job. I heard that they did a couple months because of how successful Arnie's documentary was. That, that makes sense. They're still in competition, even though they're supposedly friends. Speaking of friends, I want to say a big thank you to my sister-in-law Lou, who just liked us on Facebook or liked our
Thank
episode.
you.
Carl Weathers definitely should have been in the documentary First Alone. I haven't seen it yet, by the way. Brian, yeah, I think if you get a chance, I think it's worth a watch. But don't expect it to give you a whole lot of new information that you don't already know.
There's no revelations except about his father.
Yeah, I did like revelations about his father, and there were a couple other things that I liked. But yeah, let's go to our highlights on it. So yeah, we're both at a 10 for the cast. And then you actually gave a 10 to the plot.
Because I was in.
And then we have it. Yeah. 8 for the story, and then 7s for acting, ending, script, direction, and wild card. I went 10 for the cast, and I went 9 for the story, then 8 for acting, script, and direction. I did think it was a solid documentary, but yeah, it doesn't give you too much. Yeah. Sly is too pissed about not being in Creed 3 to have included MBJ or Coogler.
I thought he had a fallen out after 2 or something.
Yeah. Lord, I don't upload. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Go ahead, upload your video. Yeah. No, we appreciate you being here, Sarah. You do exactly what you need to do, and then you can watch the rest later.
We'll always be here.
A film called Fist was filmed in Dubuque, Iowa, written by Sline78. Yeah, they talked about that movie too as one of his big.
They realized it was filmed in Dubuque.
And Tiana shows up. What's up, Tiana? But yeah, let's go. I'll just upload my part 1 of my collection. Oh yeah. Let's go to our final scores on Sly. This comes in third, you guys. As soon as I find the picture. What did I do? I didn't do the other picture, so not that it matters, but it's just like he was just filming himself on moving day is what it felt like.
Yeah.
All right, so final scores on Sly. It's on Netflix, you guys, if you want to watch it. I do think it's worth a watch. But yeah, don't expect like a whole lot of, revelations. Don't expect, a whole bunch of new stuff that you don't already know. But it was still a good watch. IMDb is giving this a 7.2. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 76%. Audience score 92%. Rich, you gave it a 72, and I gave it an 80 for an average score of 76.
Which is a good score.
It's a good score. I'm avoiding Caveman, Tiana, and Dell.
Maybe she's avoiding the movie.
I don't. Yeah, I think avoiding the movie. I don't think you'd be avoiding Caveman, Tiana, and Dell
because they're all awesome.
They're great. They're great people, and so is she. So they deserve to be in the room together. All right, we got 2 more left, and I think I have just enough time before I pass out to do these last 2 movies. But yeah, I'm starting to feel hot. My face is hot. So my eyes are starting to water.
Oh shit.
Pink eye. No pink eye, no poo on my face. But so getting into our number 2, and I'm pretty sure you know what's going to be our number 1 movie.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go right into our number 2 movie. Our number 2 movie this week, you guys, came as a surprise to me. I turned out to really like this. It is Awareness.
Yeah.
And it is
an X-Men movie.
It's an X-Men movie. It's like Jumper is what it reminds me of. with the teleporter guys with Hayden
Oh,
Christensen and Samuel L. Jackson. That's what it reminds me of. So Awareness, this is a Spanish film, you guys. It's on Prime right now. And I could not find a way to get the dubbing off. I only had the option for English audio.
See, I didn't have any dubbing. I watched it with the subtitles.
That's weird. I had to watch it dubbed.
What did you watch it on?
Prime.
No, I mean, what device?
Oh, my TV.
Oh, you like the app on your TV?
Yeah, I have the Prime app on my TV.
Oh, see, I use the app, and it might have just been the app for your TV because I use the Apple TV and I was able to.
Maybe it's Apple versus, because basically my TV's Android. It's a Samsung.
Yeah.
So maybe it's Apple versus Android or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
this was a fun movie.
I had to kind of piece it together, the acting based on their facial expressions and stuff, because I could not get it off dubbed. And the dubbing is horrible.
Oh. There is English in this movie.
Yes. The singing. But yeah, there is some English.
They talk English in here.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I know that the one song that they're singing, he's especially when he's singing to his mom, he's singing it in English.
Yeah.
That one I noticed for sure. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, Sarah.
Okay.
If you need to go, David, you go. Thanks, bro. No, share. Please share here. I would really like to hear. No, never heard of Awareness. Have to check it out. So yeah, this was a neat little movie, and it looks like the critics are shitting on it. And then I think again because it's a foreign film. But let me read the synopsis on it. It says a teenager who lives with his father on the outskirts by running small scams and using Ian's ability to generate visual illusions upon unsuspecting victims. Things get complicated when his powers get out of control in public. There's so much more to this than that. But yeah, it definitely had to feel like Push with Chris Evans, and Jumper with Hayden Christensen.
Like so long ago.
I know it felt a lot like those movies. So basically, there's these dudes that have powers that are called perceivers, and they are able to like put shit into your mind, make you see shit that's not there, and they're being hunted by this company who basically wants to get their DNA and, either get rid of it completely or be able to use it on their own.
There's a twist in here I really liked. I really liked the twist. Because I didn't see it coming.
There was more than one twist in here. This movie takes you in many different directions. Like, like with the girl.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Blonde girl, yeah. I mean, that's a major twist. But with the dad and the mom and what's going on,
and the other dude.
There was that other movie that we watched where the girl had powers and Garrett Dillahunt was in it. It was something recently too that we watched on By the Numbers that reminded me of this too.
We watch a lot of shit.
Hey, Mama Blu-ray is here.
What's up, Mama Blu-ray? How you doing?
Good to see you. Gamer says Awareness was really neat for what it was. Took a minute for me to get into it, but once I restarted it, I was all in. That's kind of was like, okay, wait, I got to stop this. Okay, now I've answered the questions in my mind. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with it again. Hope it's better than Push or Jumper. I mean, I like like those two movies, but yeah, I like this better than those. I mean, I'm just talking about the basic storyline of the movie.
Yeah.
Is very similar, but I do the action in this is really good. The special effects are really good. I loved they're not the visual effects, the CGI and the stuff that they did with the illusions and stuff. I thought that was really good.
See, okay, this is in America. This would be a B movie, okay, because it's not promoted. It's not.
Yeah.
But over there, because as good as it looks, as good as it's shot, the acting overall, this is a great looking film and well acted film. I wonder if this is a big budget summer blockbuster movie. Where this is from, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. You wonder if this is like a mainstream thing from where it's at. One of those, you know. So, but yeah, it is Spain, so it's but yeah, I have no budget or theatrical release or anything like that on this. Which I thought that this would have come out in the theater somewhere. But you guys,
it definitely I think would have done good, somewhat good in the theater.
Yeah.
Because this is very blockbustery.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this behaves like a John Wick movie, or like The Creator with how they did the visual effects and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dig it. But yeah, there's the only thing, because it's a foreign movie and it was dubbed, the dialogue bugged me a little bit because I could tell that the dialogue wasn't matching the dubbing. What they were saying wasn't matching the subtitles, and I was like, okay, something's wrong. They're messing up. What's going on? And no, Brian, not in Russia this time. I could not find a Russian. I was really surprised. No Russia, no Australia, no South Korea, none of that stuff. But you get to know like certain things about this kid. Like, you know, like I said, parents and how he was brought up and what happened to him. And there's just every time you get to some like epiphany moment, you get a twist that takes you in a different direction, and then it does it again and again and again. And then there's this major twist. Like I said, there's this major twist at the end, and I actually loved how it ended. Because of the girl.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I didn't see it coming.
I did not see it coming either. That was like a Sixth Sense level twist.
Yeah.
Where I didn't catch it right away. And it was like, dude, but in this particular case, I would watch this movie again. I would buy this on film. Absolutely.
I 100% agree.
I think I am thinking of Darkest Minds. The one with Garrett Dillahunt and the girl with the powers and all that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that have powers that go by colors and stuff. Like one's orange, one's blue.
Oh no, this was a different one. That
was
was
Darkest Minds.
It might be Darkest Minds, but that's not the one I was thinking of. Yeah, Darkest Minds. It's like that. But yeah, that's the one. You're right. Is with the colors and stuff. But no, it was something. It was something else, and we just saw it like in the last couple of months. But I mean, all the movies that we watch are blending together.
It does, because like I watched this movie when this came out in October.
Yeah, I mean, like the movie I gave you that we're gonna watch here in a little while. You were like, we already saw that, and I'm like, I don't think so.
Because I saw the trailer. I've seen the trailer before. That's what it was. And it made me think of one of the other Nun movies we watched. Not the Nun 2, but there was one. There was one that like takes place in a convent or something. We watched that movie before, bro. And you're like, no, we have not.
Not this one.
Oh no, we had not watched that one.
Yeah, but no, I'm glad you like that one.
Yeah, and that movie Sister Death, guys, go see that one next week.
Yeah,
it's next week, right?
I think so.
I think so too. That movie's fantastic on Netflix. But we're talking about awareness.
No, it's 20th.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be the 20th. We put that in on the 20th. Man, that's going to drive me nuts now. I know. And it's the same thing, like illusions and stuff. Is it nowhere? I don't think that's right. No, that's the shipping container one.
Oh, Nowhere. Yes, that's the girl that's stuck on the shipping container in the sea.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are the highlights on this film?
That's gonna bug me.
I'm gonna get a message at 3 a.m. This movie.
Aha!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We glitched. There's a glitch in the Matrix, guys. Call Keanu Reeves, please.
Yep. We're okay. It sounded like somebody jumped in, but nobody jumped in. Yeah, that's gonna bug me. I'll figure it out. All right. So our highlights on awareness. Okay, back to where I was. Yeah,
I want to see a sequel to this.
I would too. Again, they opened it so you could do a sequel. So you actually gave a 10 to the story, and then you gave a 9 to the cinematography, 8 to acting, ending, script, direction, music, and wild card. I gave a 10 to the ending, a 9 to the story, and then an 9 to wild card also. 8 to cinematography, and then 7s to acting, plot, script, direction, and music. So yeah, I think the only thing that hurts it is cast because it's a foreign film, so it's a 4. What's up, Steve?
Thanks for joining us, man.
For our last 2 films of the night. But I dug this. This is worth a watch if you guys get a chance. It's on Prime right now. This was a lot of fun. I think it was just a little too dialogue heavy for me, just because it was foreign and the dubbing really bugged me.
I'm glad you finished that because of the dubbing, because when you watch it with the subtitles, it doesn't seem that way.
Yeah, it seemed like it was jumbled a little bit. It didn't
that would really bother me.
It did. It bothered me because the dubbing was way off from what the subtitles were saying. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go with what the subtitles are saying and no, I love it. And I have this listed as an action movie with a fantasy component. This could be sci-fi, but with the way that the guns and everything was portrayed, it seemed just present day. So I went with as an action movie, which is why I gave a 9 to the wild card here, because as an action movie, it's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our final scores. On Awareness, coming in second place, you guys, and definitely think this is worth a watch.
Go see it.
But like I said, the critics kind of shit on this. IMDb is giving it a 5.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 13%. Audience score 45%. Rich, you gave it a 78, and I gave it a 75 for an average score of 76.5. And we found that IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes really kind of shit on foreign films.
They do.
So we take it as objective as possible. I think it was the special effects in here were really good, and I dug it. It was really cool.
Man, again, this is another reason why we should never skip foreign.
Yeah,
we've been doing pretty good. Like last week, we had Evil Within, when Evil Lurks.
When Evil Lurks.
That's a foreign film. That was great. This year we've just had some really good ones.
Yeah.
Watch next year. We'll hit turd after turd after turd.
Well, yeah, Netflix won't live up to what they did this year.
Yeah. They did say they're scaling back on original content.
Yeah.
Oh, if you haven't heard, guys, the actor strike is technically over. Or not technically. They agreed everything. They're going to vote tomorrow, I think, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's good news for movie and TV fans.
I think the final vote's tomorrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be done. And, we can actually get our stuff.
Because we need some movies to review, guys. Get your shit together.
Yeah. Come on now. We're running out of stuff to talk about.
We got a show to do here.
I know. No consideration.
And a number one movie. What is it, Dave?
Our number one movie of this week, which another one prize for me.
Yeah.
Is Nyad. And
great film. I like this a lot.
Yeah. So I had to restart because I felt I didn't or wasn't following the dialogue in the beginning. So yeah, were you watching it dubbed or were you watching with the subtitles in the original language? Because and when I was doing it with the dubbing, and I was like, man, I was like, I don't understand what's going on. So yeah, I actually lowered the script score because of that. What's going on? Scale back content and raise prices. The new normal. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I was like, man, I want that 1996 Godzilla Steelbook, but it's $60.
What the fuck?
I was like, I turtle poked its head out. I cut it off. I was like really close to shit. I was like, there's no way. Why? I mean, the movie wasn't that good to begin with.
What's the difference between this one they just released and the one they released not too long ago on 4K? Is it Dolby Vision?
I don't know. I just know that the Steelbook was $60 and I didn't even grab it. I didn't even look. A couple
years ago, they put out that Godzilla in a Steelbook in a regular slip, and that's why I don't understand why they just re-released this one in the Steelbook again. I don't know what did they add. The only thing I can think is they add maybe Dolby Atmos or Dolby Vision. But
if they do all the Dolby Atmos, then great. But I still won't pay $60 for that.
No,
I was like, why?
Ridiculous.
I know that. And there was a, not that you would like this, but Princess Bride has a 4K release now on Criterion, and that's $60. And I'm like, I can see that for Criterion. I still won't buy that. And Princess Bride is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I won't. No, I know. The new Godzilla has Dolby Vision.
If you have a good TV, I don't see Dolby Vision make for that price, man. That's just ridiculous. I think that's the studio taking advantage of collectors, in my opinion. Like, we know there's suckers that'll pay that $60.
Yeah. Just like they did with Violent Night. I bought the Blu-ray because they didn't have a 4K option. And then they released the 4K Steelbook, and I bought that too. See?
I mean, they do it. Yeah. But see, Violent Night, I don't think, for me personally, I don't need that in 4K. I don't, it still look great on Blu-ray.
I think the gore's fantastic.
I can't wait to rewatch that.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that movie. I can't wait to watch it either. And I'm gonna pair it with Silent Night, which is coming out in December with Joel Kinnaman. So it's gonna be Silent Night, Violent Night. Those are gonna be my Christmas movies from here on out, I think. But yeah, so Nyad actually has some box office numbers. I do not think I have a budget on it, but I'm gonna check. No, just a gross worldwide of $16,000. So it didn't do hardly anything.
I know there's Oscar buzz with this movie.
It was released in Australia, Brazil, Germany, New Zealand, and Portugal. But only made 16 grand. I could see an Oscar nomination.
Yeah. Jodie Foster's
Jodie Foster. I think Jodie Foster was fantastic. Jodie Foster deserves an Oscar nomination for this.
Yeah. And I'm not a fan of Annette Bening. I'm not, I just ain't. But man, she was good in here too.
Yeah. I'm dyslexic, so that's my fault, which isn't much written. Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm, not dyslexic. My wife is. So I have to definitely consider that when we watch our movies. But I had no choice. I could not take it off dub. And I thought that was really weird. Definitely wouldn't be worth the difference for me. Okay.
Yeah. I would love to have that Godzilla.
Sprite is $30 during this month. Okay, maybe
that's still too high.
That's still a little too high. I think it's fine. The Blu-ray is fine. The Criterion Blu-ray I think is good. $60 for that shitty size shifting pregnant lizard movie.
Don't make Dave's about to pass out.
I had trouble getting that out. I was like, I thought I was gonna pass out saying that. I'm crying. But I think there's more than one reason for that. All right. So Nyad, I'm going to read the synopsis. It tells the remarkable true story of athlete Diana Nyad, who at the age of 60 and with the help of her best friend and coach commits to achieving her lifelong dream, 110-mile open swim from Cuba to Florida.
I know there is controversy around this film. Because I remember hearing about it, and I kind of did a little dive, not a too deep a dive, the fact that some organizations don't recognize what she did because there was an official there with them. It was just her team.
Oh. Miss Caveman is sleeping.
Yeah, well, tell her she's welcome. I'm glad you guys watched it. I hope this gets when Oscar time. I hope this gets.
I hope it at least gets a nomination.
Yeah, Jodie Foster is fantastic.
Jodie Foster is fantastic.
And I love the way she delivered her dialogue too. It's just the way, like, it came out of her mouth.
Yeah, the way she talked to her, it was, completely like, absolutely loved her best friend, and Annette Bening was. I mean, I thought she did a great job.
Up, Jerry?
My brother, thank you so much for jumping in. But yeah, we're on our last movie, and this, I knew about this story. So, as I'm the old fart between the two of us,
I vaguely remember it, but I didn't know.
Well, you were like a year old with the first one, but I remember.
But I never heard people talking about it.
Yeah, I remember in 1978 when she made that attempt.
Because you were 40 in 1978.
She was failed. I was 40 in 1978, so I look wonderful for my age. But no, 1978. I was 8 years old, but it was. But I remember the story, and then I remember her trying again.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember her ever succeeding. I didn't get that far. But
the thing I have is, how was she able to get to Cuba when there was you weren't supposed to go to Cuba?
Well, it was like, Caveman was 10 in 1978. Yeah, you're older than me. I know.
Yeah, you're older than me too, bro.
But I think, certain things like this, because this was, 2013 was the last one. But when you're this much of a famous athlete and whatnot, sometimes they'll give you special consideration where they'll let you fly over.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought that was weird because I know if you are from Cuba and you defect, you're done there.
You're stuck. You can't go back.
Yeah. And I was wondering how she was. I never really looked into it how she was able to get there and do this from there, and the Cuban government allowing them. and not causing an uproar.
Yeah, I remember it too. I'm in between both of you. I was 9. It's rare that I actually have 2 people older than me. In this. But yeah, this was. Yeah, I remember something about that. Like she had to get like special permission or whatever to go over there, and but yeah, I liked it, bro. This was a good movie. Okay, so 3, Jay was 11. Are you guys all older than me? Because that never happens. Where's Harrison at? I know he's a child. Where's Harrison? Was it released to theaters in all those countries and only made $16K? Yes.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I'm wondering, because these characters are openly homosexual. Yes. And I'm wondering if that plays into a fact. And those countries that they opened up for might not be friendly to that. You know, like, oh, we're not going to see that. We're not going to give it our money.
Yeah.
And that just it's the first thing that pops in my head.
Yeah.
But they should have, because this movie's fantastic.
4 theaters in each country. Yeah. No, I think that's let's see. So it just says limited release, but it doesn't say how many. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I did find out it made absolutely nothing in Australia, Brazil, Germany, New Zealand, and Spain. It only made money in Portugal.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So it was released in those countries.
It was released in those countries, and it's funny because I'm looking at the release and it says opening weekend screens 0, maximum screens 0, theatrical engagements 0 for every country except for Portugal. So it was released on 20 screens in Portugal, and it was released. It was and it came out of the theater on Halloween. So Halloween was the last day it showed. So interesting. So yeah, Portugal was the only country to actually have it play. Even though it was released in those other countries, Portugal was the only one that actually did it. And maybe there is something to that, but I think if they would have released that here in the States, I think it would have made money.
Yeah. Because, oh man, again, I keep praising Jodie Foster. I love her in this.
Yeah. No, I loved her in that. I liked Reese Ifans in this.
Yeah. And again, this is another movie based on a true story. At the end, we get the real them,
and you get that during the movie too. You actually get the actual footage of her swimming across while they're doing the movie. And I thought that was a really cool element. It wasn't just showing the stuff at the end, but they showed a lot of stuff at the end. Yeah. But like as she's swimming, you could see they would switch to like one of the old footage from the camera and her swimming. And I thought that was a really cool thing.
I agree.
That they did. But yeah, this was fun, bro.
It really most of the movies today, this was just a feel-good movie. You don't really have that very often.
Yeah, I want to triumph over adversity and
I can't think of setbacks.
No,
I mean that we've done on By the Numbers.
Not based on a true story.
Yeah.
I mean, Flaming Hot kind of had that, and Tetris kind of had that, but it wasn't to this extent with a sport and the growth on Annette Bening's role, how she grew as a person over the course of the movie was really cool. She needed that tough love, and that really worked. A Million Miles Away, good example. That's one that was like that too. And we did review that on By the Numbers. But yeah, let's go to our highlights for Naiad, and this is our top spot this week, you guys. So Rich, your 10 was in cinematography, and then you gave 9s to ending, story, script, and direction. My 10 is in the story, and I gave 9s to acting, ending, script, and cinematography. And then a lot of 8s and 7s. I think you were at a 6 for the plot. I was at a 5. I was not interested in the movie. When I saw the trailer, I was like, eh. But I changed my tune once I watched the movie. I got into it really quick, and it really shaped up. It's a good movie. I recommend this, you guys. It's on Netflix right now.
Go watch it.
It's Naiad, starring Annette Bening and Jodie Foster. And yeah, this was really good. But let's go to our final scores on it. Closing out the night is Naiad at number 1. IMDb is giving this a 7.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 84%. Audience score 82%. Rich, you gave it an 80, and I gave it an 83. Total average score 81.5. That's cool. How close we were to Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. And I think Rotten Tomatoes, because of the LGBTQIA plus community, I think that's why that scored high. But other than that, I think it's a really good movie, and I do see an Oscar nomination. I don't know if it's going to be maybe adapted screenplay.
Yeah,
because this is based on the autobiography. But I could see a supporting actress nomination for Jodie Foster here for sure.
Yeah, and the thing I like about this, they didn't force that subject matter down your throat. It was natural. It was organic. It was just they were already there like that. They weren't, it wasn't, hey, look at this, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It felt natural. It felt real. It didn't seem forced at all. And I think that's why it works. It represented life right.
I agree with that. So yeah, that's our show, brother. That was good. It was a good week. I enjoyed it.
Not a 90. We're still
waiting for a 90. So what have we got next week?
Who do we got on the show again next week? Remind everybody.
We've got Corey from Wilkie's Movie and Music. He's going to be on the show. He's going to watch the movies, and he's going to give them the scores like we do. So we're going to have Corey on the show next week, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So episode 44, we're going to have a guest. And then, So what have we got on the docket?
We have The Killer on Netflix starring Michael Fassbender. We got the biography of the Mr. Lowdown called Dear David. It's on digital VOD. We have Milli Vanilli documentary on Paramount Plus, which is such a great documentary. Zombie Town on Hulu. Fingernails on Apple TV Plus. And Night of the Hunted on Shudder AMC Plus. Those are our 6 movies. So guys, I hope you guys can take the time. Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
And watch these movies. And come back next week.
Like Caveman did.
Yeah.
Give some of these a watch and let us know your thoughts. And if you haven't watched the ones from this week and you get a chance to do that, we'd love to hear your thoughts on those as well. Next week, or you can put a comment on this on the replay. But if you come in next week and you say, "Oh, hey, I watched Awareness, I really liked it," or what's wrong with you guys? But we would love to have open dialogue about that. We love to get your guys' opinions. I mean, even Spicy said that he disagrees with us half the time, but he still loves watching the show. So, and we love having you here 50% of the time, Spicy. No, 100% of the time. We want you here. So we're glad that you still hang with us, and we want to thank everybody for watching us on the live stream. And also, if you come back and you check us out on the replay, or you listen to us on Spotify, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I think we should get out of here, my friend.
Yeah, man, because you looks like you need some rest.
Okay, Caveman, the list of the movies is on YouTube. So go to the YouTube channel and click on About, and the schedule upcoming is on there. So
we got all November.
I'm going to update it because we did make one change that I have to adjust for, but otherwise the card is set.
Hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll have December's ready to go. Because again, there's not a whole lot coming to theaters. So it's going to be, Netflix is churning out what potential could be some great movies. So there's going to be a lot of Netflix and some VOD stuff that I can find. So that's probably what we're going to see.
Sounds good. All right, you guys, I'm going to throw the closing credits out. And again, you're going to Instagram maybe. Do you want us to put the schedule on Instagram, or because I usually don't have that idea. We can put that on the Faces for Radio Instagram. If you guys have not followed us already on Instagram, it's faces.for.radio. You give us a follow there. I think we'll go in there and we'll post the schedule.
I'll do that tonight.
At least for next week's show. I don't know. I don't think we have that many characters, but we can at least do the next week's show, and I think we should do that.
I'll just post the photo. I'll just screen cap our schedule that I send you, and throw it as a photo.
Okay, and then when we get the thumbnail, we can put it up there too. So we'll have the thumbnail there.
Thank you, Spicy.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Always, let's get some better titles next time. It's just we get what we get, and because we have a few coming up that ought to get some pretty good scores.
Will we get a 90 by the end of the year? Do you think we'll get a 90 by?
I think we might get a 90 by the end of the year. I think we might. I'm predicting one. I think we're going to see 190 by the end of the year.
I hope.
Yeah, a Milli Vanilli doc, girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Dell, if you haven't seen that, go watch it. It's on Paramount Plus. It's fantastic.
Rich is telling me great things. I can't wait to watch it. Originally, I was like, Milli Vanilli, really? I saw them in concert.
I remember you said that in the text. You literally said that.
I have PTSD from going to their concert because that was when they just started singing for themselves, and it's just like, holy crap. But aside from that, we're gonna get out of here. For myself, the 4K Lowdown, for Turner Fan 77, we are the Faces for Radio podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.